What's going on? I think Ellie opened the door last night and let the flies in.
Did I ever tell you the story about, it's funny guys, he turns on the camera and I tell the story. The time my dad got picked up for going through a stop sign.
No.
With a tractor.
Oh yeah, I suppose you probably did.
Well, sure this. An old narrow front 620 John Deere with a corn picker on it. So you can't shift between gears and that. Whatever gear you're in, you gotta start out because they don't shift, they grind between gears. So it's a 6-speed. And you put it in 6th gear to go down the road, which is wide open, like 14 mile an hour, probably 12, something like that. But anyway, it's got the hand clutch instead of the foot clutch. So when you put it ahead, the tractor wants to kill in 6th gear because it hardly has enough power to get going. Well, you add the weight of the corn picker on top of it and they really don't want to go. So when you come to a stop sign, you just soon kind of roll through it instead of completely stop. So my dad rolls through it with a corn picker during harvest one fall. Cop pulls him over. He gets a ticket for going through a stop sign with a tractor. I think that's funny. Want me to walk from here, or are you going to give me a ride around?
Yes. I was wondering if you just want to walk to the tractor from the road.
What are you going to do when you get home?
Hang out. Just dropping Dad off in a little bit. We're going to finish that soybean field. We're going to get that done today and then move to the next one.
Well, you think we will.
Yeah.
I hope we will.
Unless we break down. Last video we had an issue. We plugged the combine pretty good.
Is this a new video? New day?
The tractor's over here. We had 3 semis come and pick up some hay that we sold. And so we just had to bring the tractor down so they could load it. We're bringing it back home. In just a little bit, we'll be hopping in the combine and we'll get going. It's exciting. Some of our sorghum at home, the bottom leaves are starting to change color. So hopefully that'll dry down. And I bet you we might actually get beans done before we do our silage here at home. You saw a couple videos back, we did our sorghum silage and a little bit of corn silage over at Jeff's place. Our stuff was just way too wet. So we still got to get that done before winter. But it's getting close here. It's finally starting to change color anyway. Second banana in like 30 minutes, huh? Low on the potassium, or?
Yeah. It's been found that soybean harvest is hard on your potassium levels.
I'll agree with that one.
You will?
Yeah.
When you gotta dig it out of the back, it is. Well, so here's the real story. I was thinking about grabbing a can of Pringles, but then you would like browbeat me because I took something like that, so I grabbed a banana again.
All right,
but
I'll agree with that.
It's got this handy carrying case, so you can save it for later. So it's good.
Right on. All right, we're headed to the field. We're gonna start hammering some beans, huh?
Hope so. Never know. You never know.
Yeah, it might get exciting. It might be boring and go well.
Hope so. I hope these videos are really, harvest videos are really boring. That means that we had no trouble at all. We just hammered through them. Cole gets excited when we have trouble.
Hey, it makes a good video. I
about keel over.
You think the new X9 has like an elevator up to the top?
I doubt it.
That'd be fun.
Probably costs enough without that.
It probably does.
Pretty close to perfect.
Like some farmer threw some woven wire in there. I don't know if we want to get into there too much.
I think there's some beans in there. I better combine through it. What do you think?
I see a giant rock and
there's
some posts.
Right there. Okay, I got it.
We got to get all the beans.
All the beans.
You'll be proud of me here. I remembered I got to untarp the grain cart, and I didn't even get in the tractor yet. Jeff's just pulling in with the semi. After this next dump, we'll be able to fill half that. We're hitting some really good yields in some spots, but of course we got some drownouts. You know, it's bare right there, so that's a big fat 0. If you're hitting 80 here and 0 there, that's an average of 40, which isn't very great. Of course, half the field isn't 0, and the other half is not 80. But there are some spots like right here that just yield phenomenally. A question we get a lot during springtime when we're planting beans and I'm rolling behind. Do you remember in the spring when Dad was planting and I was coming behind with that big pizza roller looking thing, 50 foot wide, just big giant drums? A lot of people said, what's the point of that? Well, you can see on these plants, the beans are almost all the way to the ground. We got to get that harvested. So this soybean header's running right on the ground. And you know what combines don't like? It's a big giant rock coming through them. And if I have some, I'll try to find some drone video of us rolling, so if you don't remember what that looked like or you just never seen that before. But that big roller, its number one job is to push rocks into the ground. So when this soybean header is cutting this stuff off like a razor, one of those rocks doesn't end up going through the combine, because you can have a lot of damage, thousands and thousands of dollars, shut you down for a few days type breakdowns. So that roller pushes the rocks into the ground. It also makes, you know, a little bit better seed to soil contact. Say you're running in some maybe really dry ground or some alkali type soil, that seed slot doesn't close very well with the closing wheels, and so that does help close those up a little bit. But that's really the number one thing, is just push those rocks into the ground so they don't end up in your combine. Man, if we had a 40 foot wide head, that thing would be really close. Let's see if Jeff's taking a nap. Well, he's awake. What do you know today, Jeff?
Nothing. Just getting ready to take a load of beans into Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for some people.
Dad, the combine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's taking forever.
Yeah.
Maybe we could buy you a combine. You could run with him.
No, that's okay. I'm okay with not running a combine.
Okay. It'd be fun though.
Nah, I don't know. I'm afraid things will break down if I run it, so I'm perfectly fine with this running a truck.
Okay. All right. Talking to Jeff, that first load he took in, that first load of beans, which by the way, we were the first harvested load of soybeans to bring into the elevator this year, so that's pretty exciting. A little bit of bragging rights there. That first load was exactly 10% moisture, which we want to be around 13. 13 is ideal. When it gets below that, you're just kind of losing a little bit of yield, you're losing some money, and above that, you start getting docked, because they don't want to be paying for extra water in the beans, and so they lower the price they give us. The second load he took in, which he took in this morning, was 11.8. As a grain cart operator, you got two main jobs. Number one, catch on the fly so the combine never has to stop. And number two, which is basically equally as important as your first job, is to run over all the beans that the combine driver missed. That way you make them look good from the road. In one or two videos, we have someone pretty cool coming out. You're gonna wanna see that video. I don't wanna give it away, but it may or may not be a girl, and she may or may not be from New York. So you might wanna stick around, maybe hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you see that video come out. But we're gonna have a little bit of help here with bean harvest in a couple days. I think we're all pretty excited for that. This will give poor Jeff something to do. Now he can go truck for a little bit before he comes back. And man, Dad, you know, takes the fun job. I take the second most fun job, and Jeff's got to just sit there wait for me to fill him. It's not fair. If I were him, I'd boycott or something. Bye, Uncle Jeff. We're getting down to just the end rows. We got that. We also have one strip here. That's the stuff that we plugged the combine on yesterday. And so it was a little damp. It was that stuff that was a little bit later maturing bean. Now this ain't an ad. I mean, this is an ad, but I'm not getting paid for this. But man, do I love Arby's. That was some smart advertising when they put it on my phone. I think I need to go. I run about 26 miles an hour with this thing. I can get to Arby's in about an hour. Oh. You know, Dad would be upset, but when I get back with that Arby's, I think Dad would be pretty jacked. Also, Arby's, would you like to sponsor me? You want to be my sponsor? I could just see it now. Every day, Arby's for lunch. Oh. Just like that, we're done with the first field of the year. On to the next one. I'm kind of starting to think that header won't even fit into the gate of this field we're going into. So then in that case, we'd still have to run home, grab the cart, just so we can drive the header on the cart into the field and hook back up. But I guess we'll see. It's nuts they make a header a whole 10 more foot wider than that one. That'd be dang near hitting the fence on either side. That's gnarly. Man, I don't want to say this, don't want to jinx us, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to easily get all our beans out before the first snow. Man, if it snows tomorrow, I'm definitely going to delete this and not put it in the video. I bet your dad's getting up to this gate thinking, oh crap. That's gonna hit. It's not going good, and for some reason it's starting to feel like my fault. That's gonna be close.
It's going down.
By golly, I think we're gonna get it. We put a railroad tire under the inside dual. We might break something off there at the end. Just barely made it. Man, next time I hope we just bring the header cart. Now we're gonna tear out a sidewall. Nice to have railroad ties laying around. All right, we're back to the field. Dad's hitting some end road down there. He's still going, so it must not be really wet on the monitor. And I was just noticing, are we missing a chunk right here? It doesn't seem like it's, I don't know, that don't seem right. Nothing like some road gear in the field. Makes you pucker a little. Feed in. So the moisture, it's at 9. I didn't expect that. Jeff a little bit ago said he bets 14.
They're dry.
They're dry?
Well, occasionally I get 11.
When the bean heads are rocking, don't come knocking. Looks like everything's intact. Just making sure we got everything, guards and sickle sections. Okay, so now we're on a race a little bit. It's a little past 5. We got the semi half full, but the elevator closes at 6. We want to be able to get that truck in and then fill another one for morning. And so if we can get the rest of that truck filled here in less than 30 minutes, ideally, then we'll be all right. I don't think we're gonna have enough in this one to fill Jeff. Yeah, I just need 5,000 more pounds and we can get Jeff to town.
Okay, I won't have enough when I get to the end, but I can pull out partway down.
Do you think right here would be good enough?
Yep.
Okay. We're like 400 pounds short. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. Jeff's got 1 minute to spare, which is gonna get used tarping it up. All right, see ya.
9.9.
9.9? Ooh, that's low. Well, this is gonna be about the last time we catch on the fly, so drink it in because it's gonna be a couple days for you before you see the next one. Is that missing a chunk right there?
No, it's just wearing. Just wearing a little. It's fine.
Like this whole piece right here?
No, that's the way.
Matches
with it. Yeah, he is. He's pointing out something on the grain cart that.
Here, I was thinking a chunk like broke off somehow.
Oh, yeah. Looks normal to me, man.
Oh. It's nuts. That dust is still hanging in the air over there.
Lingering.
There's no breeze. So that was day 2 of beaning, I guess.
2 half days.
It was going pretty good today. Definitely had a hiccup trying to get through that gate. I like to think next time we'll just bring the header trailer with.
Yeah. Well, but when we go into the field next to it, the gate down on that end's wider, so we'll just use that one instead of this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope you enjoyed the video.
Didn't hang out with me much.
No, I bought Dad a camera, so if he ever wants to take it with him, he sure can.
I don't get paid.
He doesn't get paid, he says. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a good one. We got some green paint on there, even. Now that's an expensive railroad tie. It's got the paint on it, Dad.
It just doubled in price.